you ever wondered what the fastest categories on iRacing are? I wonder this all the time, so I wanted to put them to the test. I've got some of the most popular categories on the service. I've intentionally left out Formula 1. The W13 is too quick, it's too hard and complicated. It's just, I'm leaving that to the side for the moment. We've got the GTPs, the current GTPs, the IMSA Vintage GTP, we've got IndyCar, the IR18, the Radical SR10, we've got the Aston Martin GT1, the LMP3, LMP2, GT3s, Porsche Cup, you name it, we've got it. Some NASCARs in there as well for good measure, Australian supercars. We're going to put them on the track at Knockhill. We've done 6 laps here. I've intentionally left it to 6 laps because I've had some interesting results in the 4 or 5 races I've done so far. It's all AI. They've got the same livery so you can identify them per category. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll head over there now to the grid. Also, special shout out to Knockhill. Such a fun circuit. My goodness, I had a great time here. I didn't run these races because I did them AI, but I ran qualifying every time. So much fun in the Aston Martin GT1, the DBR9. Knockhill, very underrated circuit. I hope it is involved in a lot more official races going forward. I remember doing it in Porsche Cup back in the day. Special shout out to Knockhill. Get that in your requests for season 3. It is a load of fun. Anyway, over to the grid.
Let's go! F1 gamer dead on the grid!
Okay, we have lights out, away we go. IndyCar gets a good start. Nissan GTP flies away. Now this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this race. The GTP pulls out the most enormous gap over the rest of the field. It's already 1.5 seconds up the road and we're on lap 1. Look at the attitude of the GTP. The IndyCar follows, Radical SR10 in behind, the F3, then the GT1 Aston Martin. But the GTP Nissan is already on the front stretch. The IndyCar in hot pursuit. Wow, this machine is incredible. It goes down the hill, just phenomenal stuff. You can see the IndyCar approaching as we come through this little roller coaster section. Oh, the GTP going wide. The gap's down to 1 second now, so the IndyCar is coming. I've run this race about 4 or 5 times, and the IndyCar gets closer and closer each time. This is actually the first occasion where the IndyCar got pole. It was generally about 0.6 of a second the GTP got pole. So we're about to get a change of lead here. As we come down to turn 1, the IndyCar goes for the outside line. The GTP staying in front. We'll check out the rest of the grid very shortly, but this is the battle for the race lead. 10 seconds! They're in front of the Radical now. That is just insane. Unbelievable stuff as the IndyCar will go on board momentarily. The GTP well in its sights. Pulls out, tries to go around the outside for the final corner. Can they get it done? IndyCar takes to the lead. There we go. That should be the race win for IndyCar as well. Just awesome. Already on to lap 4, and that move's only just been done. So going through the rest of the order, and it is much more hotly contested. We've got the Radical SR10. The Cadillac GTP has just taken over 3rd place. So this was one of the biggest surprises I had. The GTP Caddy just didn't have the tires early on. It takes around 4 laps for them to truly fire up at Knockhill, because this car definitely has superior grip and power over the Radical. And then we've got the F3 in behind as well. We've got the LMP2 approaching the Aston Martin GT1. So the GT1 also just very good at firing its tires up early on, but the LMP2 with its aero package and with its significant power on board just comes back at the Aston Martin throughout the race session as well. We then have the LMP3 in behind the LMP2. I've run this at several tracks, and the LMP3 absolutely holds its own on many tracks. This one, very technical and a lot of slow corners. That isn't to the LMP3's liking too much, but it does keep up very nicely. This is the 911 RSR, so this is one of our GTE cars, and we've got, before we can really get going, the IndyCar and the Nissan GTP, they're on their final lap already, so we can go through the rest of the grid. We've got the Ferrari GT3 in 10th position. The Cadillac CTS-V is 11th. Then got the Porsche Cup car in P12. The supercar, so the Camaro supercar, just being overtaken by the Nissan GTP on its last lap there. The supercar is 13th. The Camaro Cup car is a very good match for the supercar on certain circuits. Then we have the NASCAR in Xfinity car just ahead of a GT4, which again was a big surprise for me too. GT4s are road races. Xfinity cars are much more suited to ovals. So that was a big surprise for me as well, to see the GT4 get outclassed by its less aerodynamically friendly NASCAR counterpart. We see the GTP there finishing the race and almost lapping the GT4 and the Xfinity car. Wow, what a session. That is some real surprises there, some shocks, some very questionable ones. So we've got the race results here, and we've got that to show full name results of this session. Okay, so going through the order, we briefly went through it during the session, but the session was over before we could get to it. The reason I did a 6-lap race was because that's how long it took in the first couple of sessions for the GTP to be overtaken by the IndyCar. So the IR18 is growing in pace the more I run this session. For some reason, the AI is learning. So IndyCar takes the win. The Nissan... Well, the IMSA Vintage, I should say, this is where that car appears. The Nissan ZXT GTP takes P2, 6.9 seconds down from the IndyCar IR18. The Cadillac GTP, so the current IMSA GTP, 23 seconds down on the IndyCar winner. The Radical SR10 then P4. F3 cars are 5th. The Aston Martin GT1 is 6th, the LMP2 is 7th, the LMP3 is 8th. We've then got the Porsche 911 RSR GTE is 9th. We've got the Ferrari 296 GT3 is 10th, the Cadillac CTS-V is 11th, the Porsche Cup car is 12th, the Chevrolet Camaro Supercar is 13th, the Chevrolet Camaro NASCAR Cup car is 14th, and the Chevrolet Camaro NASCAR Xfinity car is 15th. And then we've got the Aston Martin GT4 car in 16th. An enthralling session. We'll leave it there. We'll definitely do some more of these wacky combos to see which category is faster on various tracks. Give me a shout in the comments with what track you'd like to see, and any category of car that I've missed as well. That would be very good to know. I'm trying to keep it to active series only so we can benchmark them, but any other series, I did purposely leave out Formula One as well because they just take off and go off into the distance no matter what. Also, just not the most relevant category on iRacing, given the participation is generally rather low as well, so didn't want to have them in there just for that reason. They're very complex and very complicated cars often, I mean, for me anyway, far too quick for me to be able to handle. So I don't know if that's widespread, but that's the reason I omitted them from this race. Anyway, let me know in the comments anyone else you'd like to see, and we'll see you on the next one.
F1 game.